Yeah, I think that Sheffield's getting back to normal. It's going to still take a while. We're probably still looking at a good few years, but eventually I think things will be back on track and on schedule. Me and Steve are here at the food festival in Sheffield city centre. It's a free food festival today, and I think it's once a year. They do different. This one's mainly like I believe like European type of food. So you got all sorts. What type of food do you sell? Is this chicken kebab, is it?
So yeah, this is a Turkish street food. So we do chicken breast, grilled chicken. And we do also another kebab, which is like with the mincemeat. It goes on the skewers. And we do falafel with a hummus wrap. And also we do halloumi fries.
They sound very nice. And how many times a year do you come to Sheffield?
I'm kind of local in West Yorkshire. I'm from Bradford, yeah. We have a couple of businesses. We got a business called Food Me Up Takeaway in Halifax.
Oh yeah.
And next to it we got Italian restaurant called Belisa.
Are you Italian?
No, I'm Turkish.
I'm Alex.
Nice to meet you, Alex. So when was the first time you ever came to Sheffield and why?
So I've been in Sheffield for about 2 years now. I was in Eastbourne. I was living in supported accommodation, but I had a sort of half girlfriend, and we weren't allowed to have women around. And that obviously didn't really work. And so I ended up getting evicted. And then I went to go and try and live in a religious community in Auditing, the Yellow Deli. And so I lived there before. Anyway, they wouldn't have me this time. And then I got a tip to live in another religious community in Rotherham, Lighthouse. And anyway, that didn't work out either for various reasons. And then I ended up, jumping in a police car and at Sheffield Police. Overall, it's positive. Sometimes I have issues with, it's known as a very friendly place, and they play on it to misuse. But maybe I'm a bit judgmental.
Do you think Sheffield is a friendly place? Because I have some people saying that Sheffield's like a mini London, and that there's a lot of ignorance here.
Yeah, there are definitely. I've experienced ignorance. I've been, judged, and So what I can say about the Cathedral is that they got me involved in volunteering, and I think, all right, let's go for it. I think that the Cathedral runs on volunteers, and I think that running on volunteers and on charity, on the face of it, seems like a very nice thing to do, but at the same time, if there's 5 old ladies doing the job that a working man would do, then the working man would have a job, and he wouldn't be on benefits, and he wouldn't be, people might judge.
Yeah, you've got a lot of people that may volunteer or work there that would be classed as retired, haven't you?
Yes, and I kind of disagree with that.
They would be made redundant if it weren't for the Cathedral, I suppose.
Yeah.
What do you think about the Cathedral doing these late night openings to private corporate businesses nowadays?
I disagree with that.
And what would be the reasons for that?
Because I think the Cathedral is a religious place, a holy place. I have told you a little bit about myself. I have a strong faith, and it shouldn't be a nightclub. If people want to run nightclubs, they should run nightclubs. And maybe actually, if the Cathedral wasn't operating as a nightclub, maybe there'd be more nightclubs.
And did I hear that you've been banned from the Cathedral or something as well?
Currently, I am not, for legal reasons, allowed there until July 25th.
Yeah.
But the Dean was around my house every day, and still.
Oh, that's brilliant. So the Dean still sees you in privacy, contact.
All right, we're on Hawley Street in Sheffield, Steve, and we're actually by the side of Pennine Five. We knew it as Griffin House when it was Midland Bank. Then they got took over by HSBC. So up to about 2-3 years ago, it was HSBC's headquarters. I worked here for 15 years from 85 to 2000. It's since been taken over by another company. I think it's RBH Properties, and they've updated the building. So it's no longer anything to do with the bank anymore, and the various different companies now actually working in here.
Yeah, so what do you think of the refurbishments?
Well, it's not bad. I'd like to have seen probably brighter colours. I mean, it were always a grey building before. I'd like to have seen a bit brighter colours on the ends, you know, where it's really grey. I'd rather have seen those in a nice bright colour or something like that, just to improve the building a bit.
Yeah, so what do you think of this courtyard that they've built in the middle of it?
Well, I think it's best to let people decide when they actually get in there, if you know what I mean. So rather than me preempting it and putting a judgment in people's minds, let the camera speak for itself, I think, in this case, because sometimes you can put a picture in people's mind before they've actually seen it.
Yeah, so what happened when you went in last week?
Well, what happened last week is, before I went in, I was shocked. I didn't know it had actually, they'd opened the courtyard area up. So I'd seen it were open. I thought, oh, it'd be a great little video, this just to show people what's happening in Sheffield. So I walked in, I'm just minding my own business, and a security guard come up to me and said, there's no filming in here. And I said to him, well, there's no signs to say it's a private area or to say there's no filming. And he said, well, I'm happy for you to sit down in here, I'm happy for you to pass through, but I'm not happy for you to film. So it came as a bit of a shock, and I didn't want to cause any grief. So I stopped filming and had a chat with him for a while.
Yeah, so what we're going to do today?
We're just going to have a walk through and see if we can film it better and see if he comes back up. And if he does come back up, I've got some other people who are a bit more up to date on what we can do and what we can't do to actually educate the security guy.
Hello.
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 Hi.
Okay.
Yes, I'm fine.
Good.
So I'm a security here, and what's going on?
Do you want an interview?
No, I don't want an interview.
Oh,
Don't do
you're here
that.
now.
No.
So I guess you're here for the interview.
I'm sorry, please don't put me in an interview.
Well, you're in an open public space, so you're in an open public space. So I believe that we're allowed to film around here because there's no trespass signs anywhere or no filming signs anywhere, is there?
Oh, really?
Yes, that's really.
I didn't know that, but let me call my manager and
If
tell
you
you
want
that.
privacy, you need to create it, my friend.
I'm not fighting.
No fighting.
Just talking. Okay.
Yes.
Why are you talking like
No
that?
fighting. No fighting.
Like you're attacking me, right?
Really? Am I attacking you?
That's what you're doing now.
Well, it's all on video, so I doubt it. We've got it all on camera here. There's also your cameras. No one's attacked you yet.
Andy, just tell me what was the interaction you were just having just then with
So
the security?
basically I was asking the security guard for an interview because I feel that one of my friends that may have came here has been bullied by the security. He's just been told to disengage and to come inside away from what we're doing because I don't know.
I didn't really speak to him. He sounded quite polite and professional about
was
it. I
very
mean,
good,
it's
yeah.
just private land, so he's entitled to comment on the matter.
He didn't ask us to leave, he just stopped us to not film.
Yeah, well, that's fair enough.
And he said that he felt like we was attacking him.
Oh, right. Well, I don't think anyone was attacking him. He was
Nope.
probably just surprised that several people turned up at once, I'd imagine.
Yeah, well, it's been an interesting day. I think my visit to you is over. However, I'm going to follow you around now, and just to see what you want to video. And obviously, someone else in the background videoing, and another big camera guy over there with a big camera as well.
Yeah, we've got Steve Coates over there.
One of the other things I noticed is that the company is called 5-Star Security. So I guess they've been giving credit for 5 stars, and really I would probably just give them a 1 star.
Fancy.
It is busy because I think it's a bit unfair that they would run a market on Princeton Street and Peace Gardens on the opening weekend. I know it's been open 3 days, but when you've just set up a business and put some money in a business, you don't want the competition of another event happening actually in the middle of Sheffield on the same weekend. It is busy though, but you know, this is the first weekend, and really the focus should have been on establishing this new venture before anything else happened, I would have said. Give them a chance.
So this is the rusty material which we've been seeing from the street for ages. Certainly looks and feels like rust. It's actually quite impressive looking, to be honest.
Yeah, it reminds me of Camden Market in London. It's got all these, food spread around. All these foreign fruits coming along, and it's kind of like you can just get a taste of different foods and all that. But, it's just you have to like taste it for yourself and see what happens.
How many free samples did you have to make?
Actually, I didn't bother asking because I was so hot inside. I just wanted to go a quick look around. What I did find inside was a workroom. One of the floors was still being worked on, and basically I thought I'll bring it to the attention of the security. And they've gone and sorted that out because anybody could open that door, even children, and walk straight in. So I got a bit of video footage of that. So they're aware of it, so they'll probably shut it off now.
The only probably thing missing here is fish and chips and Yorkshire pudding. And really we should have a fish and chips and Yorkshire pudding in here as well.